Exit light, enter night. Take my hand, we're off to Never Never Land. Metallica. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, talking League of Dicks, the most competitive fantasy baseball league in North America. It's been a little while, but I am here with the Cohen cast, part 2. Jay Cohen, why don't you talk to everybody?
Hi, everybody.
That was great. That was good. Seth Cohen, why don't you talk to the ladies?
Howdy, boys. How are you today?
You call all your ladies boys? Is that the...
Excuse me. Howdy, ladies.
There you go. Just trying to give you a shout out. So here, what did you guys think of last night's All-Star Game festivities? Well, let's start with this. Home Run Derby. Any takeaways? Chris Davis juicing or not?
I think they're all juicy.
What about Chris Davis?
I maybe. I have no idea. I think everyone is doing something.
I mean, I think Chris was clean last year, but I think this year he started juicing.
For our purposes, it doesn't really matter unless you have Ryan Braun and Alex Rodriguez, which both of you do.
I enjoyed the Harper portions of the Derby. I think his swing is a lot of fun to watch. I was a little disappointed that he lost, but I thought Cespedes was a good victor. Yeah,
I was actually listening to this radio show. Driving to work, like this Fox Sports radio show, and they were talking about like the Home Run Derby and how nobody cares because there's no big names in it, and they're trying to like talk about Cespedes. It's just obnoxious. Like the guy's a beast. And
I say they bring out Griffey and Frank Thomas and like get some of these old guys out there. I'll just be impressed that they can hit a home.
Like an old timers day Home Run Derby.
Yeah,
I like that idea. Like by the decade, and like there's different fences per decade.
Yeah, all right, just something.
Or you do like a softball home run derby or something like that. I would love to watch that actually.
Anything.
Yeah.
Getting dangerously close to women's sports.
I guess that's true. What'd you make of Rivera's entrance there? As we open with the
right.
entrance.
I'm still crying. I mean, the tears.
Yeah.
Just could not. I mean, what do you say about something like that?
I know. You know, Jay.
I personally am angry that this guy is retiring. There's no reason for him to retire. I don't care. Like he can still pitch. Like what else is he gonna? He's gonna go away for like 6 months, and he's gonna be bored.
See
no matter what he's doing.
I think what they should do is he should just take the year off, and the Yankees give him like $5 million a year to pitch September and October.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like I just think that he there's no way whatever he's gonna go do is gonna be as good as what he's doing right now.
Unfortunately, the Yankees will be out of contention in September and October, but I like that plan.
I also think like the Yankees should trade Rivera. You know how many prospects they could get from the Tigers? Let him go off and play in a World Series as last year. But if the Tigers could get Rivera, it's a guaranteed World Series for them.
No, he's staying a Yankee.
I know he is. I'm just saying if I was the Yankees, I would trade Cano and I'd trade Rivera. I'd just get prospects. Like, just break it down. They have such a big payroll, they can build it up in 2 minutes. Look what the Red Sox did.
Well, I think they're waiting to see if they can void the A-Rod contract.
Never going to happen.
Yeah, it won't happen.
I believe.
A-Rod's been good at one thing his entire career, better than anyone in the history of baseball, and that's making sure that he gets paid. All right. So, I mean, guys, if you want to talk about fantasy baseballs, you can. I mean, I'm just kind of... I'm a little deflated at the moment with where the season's at for me. What are your takeaways? What are you thinking about here in this as we make the stretch run towards the trade deadline? How about Travis with putting Kershaw on the market, the bold move?
Yeah, I've noticed some of these. Charlie put Votto on the market today, and Travis has supposedly put Kershaw on the market. I think it's kind of strange. These guys that are losing, they'll put these big names out there, but they won't actively shop them themselves. And it's like they want contending teams to go down and make them these ridiculous offers and save their seasons. And it's like, it's not going to work like that. Like if you want to get back in contention and you want to trade value and break down some guys and try to fix your team, I think you got to get creative and jump into the trade market yourself and kind of make things happen. And I don't really and to me, Travis and Charlie, it's like that's always been their problem.
Well, to me, it's actually, I find it to be impossible to trade from that because you're trading from such a weak position. You don't have any leverage in the deal.
I would sympathize with you, except that last season I was in 12th, and I had, top stars who were underperforming, and I was able to make deals and claw my way back. And so
How early on, though, was that?
I know it's a hard road, but it's not an impossible road.
How early on was it, though, when you made those deals?
I traded Gonzo before the break, and I traded for Josh Hamilton, I think, right around the All-Star break.
Okay. My point being simply that the point of actual action needs to happen like within the next week for it to take effect. I
mean, if they're going to do something, it needs, I'm talking 48 hours.
Yeah.
That's...
I mean, I'm putting myself in that mix. It's just the issue is, I like Braun is my big guy, but I just can't, I'm not getting value for him. And
but you can't. You can't know until Selig hands out the suspension, and then what the what the process of that will be. And
well, I mean, look, if we're gonna look at Kevin's team, it's like you got Cano, you got Braun, and you got closers, and the closer values are through the roof. And it's like you can shake things up. You can try to make some deals. It's not like those guys can't be moved.
Yeah. I know, but I need closers because it's like. I can't punt a stat because no matter what I trade with closers, right, even if I get a third bat, that's still not going to be enough to make up for the deficiencies I have offensively in other areas. Probably
not. And that's when it's just like, maybe you just don't have enough value on the roster to make it.
And I'm not, if Braun comes back and is not suspended, I have Braun and Cano. I have two elite bats that can carry me week to week. Then if Granderson ever comes back, who knows at that point? There's a little bit, I get a little pop there. And then all of a sudden I got Marte as the third outfielder who's been fantastic all year. The problem is right now I have bereavement list for Braun. And so I got Marte in a bunch of garbage in my outfield. Now, am I better off breaking down closers and punting a stat to get a decent outfielder? That's not really going to put me over the top. I don't think I am. So it's a difficult position to be in. But, I mean, I learned my lesson with the Ryan Howard trade that I made a long time ago. Just like, screw it. I'm just trying to get whatever I can. And for me, it's sometimes you just have really bad teams. And I have a bad team this year. And I think I'm going to be looking to make deals. But at the end of the day, I need things to break my way. And the way that I think my team is best is when I get PV back, I get a Braun not suspended, and I get a Granderson back. I think I can make a little noise that way. But,
it's like you got to stick with a plan or something, and it's like the rookie and Jay and Craig, they've been falling back from the pack, and it's like guys like you and Justin, I think, only a big win or two away from really, having a shot at that 6 seed. And it's like you're never really out of it.
I agree with you. I need that big win, but I can't get that big win when I'm trying to play catch up with my pitching every week and playing for runs, average, and stolen bases. I have too many holes right now to win that big week. Like, I have to pick up, for me to make the playoffs, I figured I have to pick up 2 games a week from here on out. And if I do that, I think I'll be able to make the 6 seed. So, great, I need a big win. But then I also can't. If you look at my schedule, I've basically played everyone even, with the exception of 3 big losses, 10-2, 10-2, and 9-3. So, if I can win at 2 10-2s and a 9-3 coming to the end stretch, then I'm 500 and I'm a playoff team. But the likelihood of that happening is pretty small. So
best of luck.
Yeah, the state of mind of the teams in the bottom there. I mean, it's maddening.
I don't know what you want me to. You want me to trade to a Scott that I don't think has much talent, but just happened to take advantage of Justin and I sleeping on the draft this year? To
No,
have a stronger
it's
team?
not so much that I want you to make a trade or just do something for the sake of doing something. It's more that I feel like the guys who are in that bottom should be driving the market more so than the contending teams.
Right, that you're not just saying, like, hey, I'm putting Kershaw out, send me your offers. It's like, well, you need to send offer with, like, because I can send an offer out for Kershaw,
Right.
but, I have no idea, really, like, I mean, what does Travis want? Does he
Yeah, and it's like
closer?
if he aggressively made 3 or 4 offers to some top managers asking for real value, he probably would have gotten some serious back and forths and maybe even gotten close to a deal. But just putting up a post and saying this guy's on the market, it doesn't really stir the pot as much as you think it does.
It never has. It never has, and it never will.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a. Well, what would you guys do if you were me?
First, I'd
I
get
would have jumped out that window long ago.
But Jay, you've been me your entire career, so let's not go crazy here.
I've
Right.
been you your entire career?
Yeah, you've been in the position I've been for your entire career. So let's not.
I've never gotten a 12th place.
I would have to literally trade. I'd literally have to turn my fantasy baseball team into a fantasy golf team to finish in 12th place.
No, but you have gotten 12th.
Oh, sure. After I won a ring, and then I won another ring. So I have 2 of those. How many do you have, Jay? Actually, no. How many playoff matchups have you won?
One playoff matchup.
Okay. I was just checking.
I mean, we all know what I've done. I'm just confused by your statement that this year I'm like you.
No, my statement is
Or
that
like,
you said you would jump off of a bridge or out a window if you were me. And my point has been that every year you're in that 5th to 9th place area every year, so you should have jumped out of a bridge or out of a window a long time ago. Is my point. With that logic,
you should have jumped out of a window a long time ago. I agree.
With that logic,
technically you're in 10th place, not between.
Hey,
so
I just beat Ryan last week, so.
The week's not over.
Just heads up, the week's not over. Just FYI to everybody.
Yeah, everyone.
We got 3 more days to go.
There's a reason that the standings haven't changed, and that's because the week is not over yet.
I think I have an interesting question. I think something that we can talk about.
All right, what do you got?
What do you think in next year's draft? How much do you think these closers now are going to go for? Because the market is so crazy high. Like I could trade all 3 of my closers right now, and I could get some pretty ridiculous value for them.
No, you couldn't though. You couldn't.
You don't think I could?
There's a difference. There's a difference between the market being high and the asking price being high.
Right now, I'd be willing to give someone a blowjob to get a closer. Like, that's the point I'm at, and I cannot get one for the life of me.
You want Andrew Bailey?
Isn't Koji closing?
Yeah, but you never know.
Yeah, see, a real closer has immense value because there's so many of these guys like Bailey and all these half closers. Like, a real stable closer has a ton of value right now.
Well, I guess to answer your question, Jay, this would be the question I would ask first. Do you think that the market is so high simply because the Rook hoarded all the closers?
Well, he's traded his closer. He now has as many closers as I do.
Yeah, he decided he wanted Pablo Sandoval for his bullshit.
Yes, he did.
I think I want to say Brian has the most closers. I think Brian has 4. I really got to click on his team, but
I think it's still at 3, really.
But I mean, from my take of it, I think next year in that auction, it's going to be when closers. I mean, closers are going to be like a crappy closer is still going to go for a lot of money. I mean, and I think a few of these teams. I think a few teams are going to take the strategy of just going for closers. And I think you'll see that, it's taken now sort of what's kind of gone over this season is like we've kind of seen it evolving and the strategy sort of evolving. But by next year, I think there'll be some really conscious efforts about some teams are going to take closers. Some will just because of some teams taking so many closers. Some are going to just focus on aces, and then maybe some teams are just going to just forget about all of it and just go really hard with the hitting. There's so many.
Well, even this season, like, Scott's already pretty much punted closing, and he's only going with starters, which may be why he's losing this week, but it's kind of already started to happen where teams, you can't really be caught in no man's land. Like, you either got to be getting saves, or you got to kind of be punting it and putting your value somewhere else.
Yeah.
But
So, what are the prices going to be? They're going to be fucking expensive. Like, a stable closer is going to be worth more than a second or third tier pitcher.
you think someone like Chapman or Kimball would go for $50?
No.
I don't know.
No way. I could never.
I think he'll definitely go over 40.
No, I could never justify paying that. Ever.
So then you might take.
I think it could happen now.
I think you might be taking the approach then next year where you're just going to be like, I'm not. If you're not going to be willing to pay those prices for closers, then you could probably expect to not. Maybe it's just a good idea not to even draft a closer next year.
Absolutely, it might be. But again, I think Mark's strategy of I think we all overthought a little bit, and it proves all you need is hitting. That's all you need. It doesn't matter how many pitching stats you change. All you need is hitting.
Oh, well, but the thing with Mark is that it's not every year that Chris Davis is going to fall into your lap like that. I'm sure Mark was high on Chris Davis and was hoping, he was thinking of him as a third outfielder or something, but 37 home runs, that just falls on your lap from a guy, it's kind of out of nowhere.
Sure. But, it's also going to fall in your lap more if you're a guy that values hitting the way Mark does.
Well, all the teams in the top four right now have caught a few breaks or have had a few bats that have panned out like that. But what Kevin's talking about is the general strategy that Mark uses every season, and it continues to work every season. And if after me, he's the second hottest team in the league right now. I think he's he's going on 5 in a row right now. So, and plus he's gotten Price healthy again, and he's got his, he's one of the most dangerous teams in the hunt right now. Scott and Ryan are still on top, but there are a couple veteran teams right underneath them that I'm much more frightened of.
Including yourself.
Myself.
Yeah, you are so scared of your own team.
Every time I click on my team, I get frightened. The whole thing's going to fall apart.
Welcome to my world, rooting for Starling Marte. It's a fantastic feeling. It's a fantastic. Actually, Seth, let's talk after this because I might just give you my closers. What do you want?
Why don't we just do it right here?
All right.
I can be the arbitrator.
What do you? All right. Let me go to the page.
Wow. I can't
This
believe
would be amazing. If we can make this work, this would be amazing.
Well, we got about 10 minutes, so I doubt it's going to work.
Look, and I'm here. We could even do a 3-way trade.
Nope.
There's things that could happen here.
Jay, you're not a part of this. Champions.
Right now, we're not getting anywhere.
Champions only, please. Champions only.
Champions only.
Winners. All right. Okay, you need closers. Please never offer me CC Sabathia again, by the way.
Okay.
All right. How about Edwin Encarnacion?
No, thank you.
What closers do you have, Kevin?
I have
Papelbon and Rodney.
Yeah, Papelbon, Rodney, and then Bailey is a half of a man.
What is Rodney even doing this year?
He started really bad, but he's gotten a lot better.
He's getting saves, but it's just he's not great, but he's getting saves.
Yeah, he blew up really bad in the first couple months. Lots of walks and stuff. But look at his splits the last month. That's what he's been doing.
Yeah, it looks like he's back.
And Papelbon's been good.
What do you want? What do you want value-wise? This is what I'm talking about. You want closers, you give me something of value.
I've been trying to give you a third baseman ever since you picked up Mark.
Hey, you've been playing DJ Well, I don't even know who this fucker is.
He's a rookie for the Rockies.
Like I would.
He's hitting 265 with Alpha Jet.
Over here.
Hey, he's better than Mark Reynolds. I don't have a third baseman. I need a third baseman.
That's what I'm trying to give you Donaldson for a closer.
Yeah, but Donaldson's not. Donaldson sucks my balls.
You see, this is what I'm dealing with. Jay's going for Manny Machado over Donaldson and CC and.
Why don't I give you Machado? And you give
Yeah, do you like Machado more than Donaldson? For God's sake.
It's just you love these Oakland A's that like JJ Redick, for example. You love these guys, and I just can't. I can't trust a guy named Donaldson.
I'm sorry, but he's been hitting every month, and he's fucking legit. And I'll continue to trust the Oakland A's and be in third place.
I hear you. I'm worried about the. God damn it. What do you have, Jay?
This is what happens when you do live trade chats.
Jay, who do you?
The whole world's listening in.
Jay, what did you want to give me?
I said I'd give you Machado for Papelbon.
Let me look at him.
Wow. Josh Donaldson can get no love in this fucking league.
What clothes do you want to give me for Donaldson? Or the other way around?
I'll take any closer for Donaldson. Any stable closing.
So you would do Rodney for Donaldson?
Yeah, I probably would.
Kevin.
That's the answer. Give me Donaldson. I'll give you Rodney.
All right, let me look at Rodney again.
Look at his splits. Don't look at his overall.
Goodness. I can't even imagine how much Rodney's going to go for next year. How much did you pay for Rodney this year?
I have no idea.
Who
All right,
gives a fuck anymore? It's about values, buddy.
I know.
You want to do Donaldson for Rodney?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
All right. Let's propose it. You going to propose it?
Propose it.
You propose it. I'm on the iPad. I can't move my mouse.
And I'll propose it.
Wow, did this just happen?
I think we just made some history.
We should just do this every day.
Look, guys, I don't know what to tell you,
All
but
right, you got Rodney for $16. So here's my question. Next year, does Rodney go for $32? Like, how much is that guy going to go for?
I remember when he was horrible.
So do I.
I don't understand.
Everybody's horrible at some point.
You guys have Delman Young on my team. I hate my team.
Yeah, I hate your team, too.
All right, I sent you that trade.
Joe Nathan, he went for $18. Is he going to go for... He'll go for over 30 next year, easily. And he's as old as fuck.
Peace out, Fernando. It's been nice knowing you.
Wow, that happened, huh? That just went through?
Yeah.
How about that? How about them apples?
Thank you for not.
So now what are you going to do with Papelbon? You're just going to go with one closer?
I made the decision. I got to trade him. You convinced me. I got to move my value.
You heard it here first, folks.
Papelbon.
Papelbon.
And I'll tell you what I need right now. I need legitimate outfield help. All right, legitimate.
So he needs an outfielder.
At least a solid second tier guy. So if you have two guys, you got to be able to move one. I can give you one of my, shit guys back.
How about would you do Dominic Brown for Papelbon?
No, I can't trust Don Brown.
Come on, I'm selling guys left and right here.
No, I can't. I can't do Dominic Brown.
How about Hunter Pence?
No. No, I need a legitimate 300 stick with an 800 OPS who's going to be consistent, driving, give me a guy that gives me 300, 800, hits 20 home runs, driving 80 runs, score 80 runs, something like that.
Daniel Nava will do that.
Yes, he will.
It sounds like Michael Kadire.
Daniel Nava is definitely that guy. He will have 20 home runs. He'll hit around 300, and he has over an 800 OPS. He's well on his way. You said 80 RBIs. He's going to get 80 RBIs.
Oh, then I want more.
Oh, so he wants more.
I wish Kadire still played second base.
Yeah, those were good times.
Trade him, and then move Cano for a bunch of other pieces. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Whatever. I got a third baseman, which is good.
Oh, I gotta pick up a bat. I am.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I got a bat for you. I got Derek Jeter on my bench.
Tell you what. I'll throw in DJ LeMahieu or Delman Young for free.
You can just have those guys.
Listen to me. Let it be clear. I only picked up Delman Young because he had a hot week. I guess I have a third baseman. Now I need a shortstop. I need so many things.
But it's gotta feel a little good to have a stick there. Donaldson's no joke.
No, he's not until he goes into a second half slump, which will happen. But
Of course, because he's playing in the Coliseum, and God knows what's gonna happen in the second half. And hey,
there goes his PED
See, what you
suspension.
don't realize is that now Seth is dependent on Adam Dunn more than ever right now. Adam Dunn,
I haven't been in that position before. Give me a fucking break.
Well,
show.
yeah. So listen up, League of Dicks. This is the deal. I'm moving Papelbon. Give me some sort of upgrade in shortstop because I got my boy Alexi Ramirez that I can't believe is on my team.
My goodness.
It's just,
I got Derek Jeter.
oh,
With a sore hammy.
that's great, Jay.
But that's better than Alexi Ramirez.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. At least Alexi will steal 20 bags for me and hit 10 home runs.
Yeah, but no leadership.
You're right.
So, wait, I want to say one thing before we end this.
Yeah.
Is that I want to retract a statement that I made on the first podcast
Yeah, what's that?
where I said that Seth was not a contender. And I want to go on record here, and I want to say that he is a contender.
Oh, what did that Rodney trade put you over the top?
Definitely. Once you got Fernando Rodney, changed everything.
Yeah. For me...
And I will say this. I will
No,
say
it's-
this. Mark, Brian, and Seth look very dangerous right now. Even though that I did beat Brian both times, and I snuck one by him on that last one, which I know he's really pissed off about.
Look, I know we say traditional powerhouses are the guys you're going to be ready for, but I really like Ryan's team because he has the best player on the planet.
He doesn't have Chris Davis.
He has Miguel Cabrera, Chris Davis. I don't even know. I love Chris. He started this with me. He gave me a ring last year because he went on these tears. But yeah, I think having Miguel Cabrera, all he's got to do is make the dance. And
Sure.
If Miggy on your team gives you a shot at the ring.
Well, I think Ryan's got the most roster value, but I think the champion's going to be me, Mark, or Brian.
We'll see.
Just because that's how it happens.
Well,
That's
no,
how it
you're
happens
right.
every year.
You're right. Hey, now. Hey, now.
Sometimes Kevin's in the mix, but
Listen to me. I have
think
no
Brian
problem.
has to really just prove himself in the dance.
Look,
I think
he's going to have
I think-
to win some big matchups.
yeah,
if Ryan goes in and he loses the first time,
he could beat Darren. He's kind of what
well,
Darren.
worse than Darren.
No, but it's kind of that idea where, all right, you're finally stepping up here. You want to be part of that. You want to be included in the elite manager category. You got to win some playoff matchups.
I think
Yeah,
Ryan's in the
really
spot.
makes.
Ryan's in the spot where it's like he has the team, and if any of these other veterans had that team, no one would really question it. But because it's Ryan,
Right.
It's a good team. It's not like what Justin had last year, but it's a good team.
Justin can't handle the truth. He can't handle me. Hey, Justin, I'm about to pass you. Get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the League of Dicks podcast, the most competitive league in North America. Post All-Star game, we have a trade that just happened. So anyone who is in 8th place, be worried. Anyone else?
Josh Donaldson's coming for you.
He's coming for you.
Kind of sad I can't watch the A's anymore.
It's a sad, sad day. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy it. We will see you on the flip side with a Craig cast next week. Who is Craig?